I got goosebumps. You just crushed it. That was awesome.
Dude, I'm shaking. I literally couldn't feel my fingers after they're like, HobbyKing Live, and then they just, that's not how this is supposed to go. That's not how this is supposed to go, yeah.
Hey, that's Space Case out in the one by.
Oh, you're good. Keep going, baby. 7 laps or something to qualify. It's gonna be ridiculous.
Wow, what was your best? Did you do 5?
6.
Was that one that did
Now, HobbyKing Live across our loop as well, down at the far end. We already saw HobbyKing Live tear it up inside a beginner.
Yeah, HobbyKing Live and Park Lou side by side. HobbyKing Live with a 31.181. And as we're catching up on scoring things, that is going to be your fastest official lap to be posted.
Dude, I'm super impressed, guys. It looks like today is going to be an awesome day.
Yeah, 31.3, I believe, is his fastest lap here on the track. Now he's going from beginners into our 250.
Hey guys, it is Sunday morning here at the Canadian Drone Nationals. The event was pretty awesome.
Yeah, great people.
Really
great people. Some awesome pilots.
Yep, we had a lot of fun with Anthony from Immersion and Greg from Fat Shark, Joe Scully, who was the announcer. I mean,
David French,
Aaron Spiro with the live stream.
Yep,
all those guys did a ton of work.
That was just a lot of fun, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great to see a bunch of great guys come up here and share this event with me.
The location is amazing.
Of course. This is these mountains, the Blue Mountains, the sunsets here.
Who gets to use these old threshers as
yeah. That was incredible. So then Friday was the big setup because nothing was really done Thursday. For Friday morning, we spent half the day Friday when it should have been practice just building the course, finding out the signals, trying to get the transponders. At the same time. Alex's first go. Let's go, Alex. Come on, hairpin turn, Alex. There it is. Look at that smile. Wow.
That was great.
Initial reaction, Al.
I'm pretty bad at this. Don't crash.
Did you feel like you were going conservative?
Yeah, definitely.
Really?
Definitely.
Just doing it for fun?
Yeah.
It's what you wanted it to be?
Yes, it's everything I ever wanted and more.
So guys, practice is going on. You're behind the scenes here. This is the setup. More pilots are rolling in. Alex just had his first flight and he did great. So after you did your first practice, I'm holding a pair of V3s.
Yep.
V3 Dominators.
HD Dominators and wow.
Greg from Fat Shark handed these to Alex because there is
Christmas
no flying.
Yeah.
How'd he fly? Come on.
That's pretty sweet.
Professional?
I was surprised actually.
Okay.
But you know, he did have the right goggles on, so that might have had something to do with it.
It's all about the goggles, of course.
I had my best run of the day early Saturday.
Yeah, well, that's usually the case. I think Metal Danny always had his best run in the first time. Just go. How you feeling, real deal?
Good. You know, I've never flown in front of so many people, so it's kind of, there's some nerves there, definitely, but I think I got enough practice runs in that I should be able to keep it in the air and finish.
All right, so in here, guys, we got the main race stations. We're using all the Immersion RC race band tech. We got 8 stations set up for 8 pilots to race in each heat. They all have a designated band and a designated video transmitter.
And we'll get set to go live here in about 20 seconds. This is beginners. Our first heat of beginners of 3 or 4 on the sheets, which means we're going to see some crashing and burning. All right, pilots, we go live on the tilt in less than 5. into lap number 2. We take them. We're seeing 2 pilots battling out in the air over by the emergent sweeper. As we are a little bit closer to that midway point. Our beginners here commanding pretty well through that ready-made RC hairpin turn number 1. And here goes one of your fastest pilots, HobbyKing Live. HobbyKing Live, did he make it through the not so much? Was blazing through our start-finish gate, and Scalafani going down in a big way.
I'm still up.
And we're 2 minutes in, 1 minute to go before we shut her down. And get set for pilots to retrieval. And HobbyKing Live and Park Leo side by side. HobbyKing Live with a 31.181. And as we're catching up on scoring things, that is going to be your fastest official lap to be posted. Obviously, our other pilots not with laps recorded due to the frequencies in the air, but so officially right now, HobbyKing Live with your fastest lap, 31.181, as he is racing blade to blade with Park Leo. This is our beginners division, a preview of what we're going to see in our larger classes to go. 15 seconds remaining on the master race clock. And now we put our pilots, they move on to their final lap. Park Leo with a 38.930 that time. So HobbyKing Live and Park Leo, you are now on your final lap. When you come around, shut her down, and that is our opening division here in beginners. And we shut her down like that. HobbyKing Live, 2 beginners going the distance. And Park Leo with a 38.9.
You just crushed it. That was awesome.
Dude, I'm shaking. I literally couldn't feel my fingers after they're like, HobbyKing Live, and the lead was, that's not how this is supposed to go. That's not how this is supposed to go, yeah.
What would you say?
I'd like to thank my friends Metal Danny, Danny, his friend Danny. That was awesome.
That was
6 laps.
Dude, I'm super impressed, guys. It looks like today is going to be an awesome event.
31.3, I believe, is his fastest lap here on the track. And now he's gone from beginner, he's into our 250 spec class. This is heat number 10. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. We're chasing 6 laps, 2:33. That's our TQ time so far here in the 250 class. Looks like D. Henry is going to get a full shot. First one through the gates. And someone down right on our starting grid. We'll slide out there. It's all good. Try and get him back up. Goggles back down, back on the takeoff mat, and he is just doing somersaults right before our start-finish line. As we get set to bring around our leaders, we're over at the Fat Shark hairpin turn right before, and we got a huge crash in the HobbyKing crossover. First one across the line is going to be Mad Skunk. He is going to be up in the 1 here. Immersion RC in the 2, a 31.3 to a 35.3. Now we got HobbyKing Live with a 37.7. Robo Maniac with a 42.1 running in the 4. More to come in across our loop here as we got Vortex coming in with a 49.1. That is going to put him in the number 5 spot here in the moment. Now Matt's gone to lap number 3. That is a 26.0 that time around. Immersion RC has worked himself a little closer, 5.2 seconds back. Now we got Vortex up. 2 laps recorded as well on the lap number 3.
What happened?
250 spec class ended in disaster that time. I was pushing it too much, definitely.
I literally took
Flew
the
in
camera
blinds.
off you for a second.
Yeah.
and then you were gone.
I came around the
hairpin?
The first hairpin and just drifted a little too far.
So the 250 spec class was pretty much done with you. You know, we were a little outclassed. You had this your first race. To get in there, we were hoping, but when we saw the people here, we're like, oh, okay. But at least the beginner class, Alex was crushing a lot of the beginners. Let's go through the day a little bit. Obviously, this race, the rules changed a little bit from the other races because I think that's still the technological, hindrance is the timing system.
Yeah, the timing didn't work too well.
Yeah.
We had an interaction between the transponders, the MyLabs transponders and the video transmitter.
Yeah.
And some of these quads are so small that these things need to be co-located.
Yes.
And that ended up being a problem.
Yeah.
But gotta give...
That's freestyle competition happening right now. So they're getting points here.
Yeah.
How close can you go? A freestyle come on. If you like it, you can make
I'm not gonna move. Come on.
Joe Scully, got to give it to him. He came up with a solution. We went out, we bought every keyboard available in Collingwood and hooked them all up to his USB port. And the judges were blind with the goggles on, pressing buttons on the keyboard for timing. And it worked.
It worked. It worked. Not for Alex. He got darted out of the main event because of that. But it is what it is.
6.
Yep, we're good.
Pilots are good. Spotters are good. All right, this is our first heat of beginners, and we get set to take off on 3, 2, 1, go. And there's a mad race to the gate right now. I think Space Case is going to get your whole shot, the first one through the gates. And this is a whole new class, so we talk about those lap times. It doesn't really matter now. We're going to see who is going to be up in our A main, B main, C main in our beginners division here at the Fat Shark Frenzy Canadian Drone Nationals. As we look to your leader here in traffic in this opening heat underneath that HobbyKing crossover tractor gate through across. That is Space Case, the guy who gets a whole shot in your lead at lap number 1. He's going a little high out of that ready-made RC turn number 1, and your leader now going off towards Immersion RC. And look at the gap. There is no one near him. 12.1 seconds to the good. Is Space Case your leader? He's going to start lapping some people. We're just only 45 seconds and still just over 2 minutes to go. And here he goes across. Space Case now on to lap number 3. His best lap, the one he just posted, 25.196 for Ben Guy. That's Space Case out in the 1 by a bunch.
Oh, you're good. Keep going, baby.
We go. We look over to him. He knows that things aren't good at the far end. And still we're approaching that midway point. We're not at the midway point yet. If you're on race number 5, you should be getting your video transmitter in. Let's talk about 2 and 3 because they're in a little bit of a battle right now. Ace Jumper 1 and C Stoll, they're right neck and neck right now on lap number 3, working their way towards that Immersion RC hairpin gate and down.
You're good, baby. You're good.
Stuck in the flag.
Just keep it clean, Alex. Just keep it clean.
HobbyKing flag on the left side of the top crossover gate just was not wide enough for your leader Space Case. He is still up there, and there's still a minute still to go. Now we're going to move C-Stolp. He's still in the 2, but he is now in the same lap as Ben Guy. With another minute to go, we look to C-Stolp now to take over the lead. Ace Jumper, he's about 8 seconds back. These guys are going to move up into the 1-2. Here's number 1 of our beginners division as we get set to bring around as well. HobbyKing live now across our loop as well down the far end. 30 seconds remaining on the master race clock. Here's your brand new leader going into the Renegade RC turn number 1. C-Stolp up in the 1. His best lap at 33.5, of course. Space Case, is he still up in the flag? I think he is. His best lap was a 24.6, but it doesn't matter. The most amount of laps at the end of 3 minutes allotted. C-Stolp is on, but it's probably going to be his last lap. He's got 10 seconds to get to that gate. Not sure if he's going to do it. He's at the 6, 5, 4, And I think this is just going to be a cross on checker here. We'll bring him across. Master race clock has expired. C. Stoll missed that 6th lap by 1.2 seconds. So our TQ time right now.
Nice, dude. Very nice.
5:3:01. 5 laps and 3 minutes.
That was good recovery too. Like we got bumped from the
5 laps and
top or bottom?
The guy came up from underneath.
Oh, good. All right.
Punching through in his jam, yeah.
And
Perfect. Nice. Nice flying, dude.
Take some spot.
Down on lap number 2. 40.3 right now.
Don't know if that's good enough to qualify, but that was fun as hell.
So our TQ time right now in beginners, 5:3:01. 5 laps and 3 minutes 1. Ace jumper.
That was the one that didn't count.
Yeah.
So that was the one where Alex, I think I counted at least 5 laps.
Yeah.
If not
it was
getting
5 or
close
6.
to 6, because
Yeah.
you were so milky smooth, which was awesome.
Well,
Because every time Alex raced, I made sure to just follow his copter. There was obviously a lot of fast guys in some of them, but that was the race that should have put him in, because it really turned out that one qualifier for some of these heats was all we were able to get in if we were going to do some sort of main event. You were racing, right?
I was racing. Yeah, I ripped it up there. Yeah.
And which class are you in? Beginner?
I was in beginner, and I was in first place for the first lap.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's a win. Anytime you can say you're in first. That's awesome. And what about the timing system? How are we going to figure that one out?
That's our anti-immersion RC to figure out. That's his specialty.
Anthony, he's putting more work on you, buddy. What is this?
This is a rerun for beginner class. Last chance to make the final dance.
Last chance, just because. Why didn't your other things count?
The keyboard messed up.
This is your last chance for romance. Your re-race going live. 3, 2, 1, go. So if you're in the open, it is all over right now in the open, but now everything else here to be decided as we watch a whole bunch of everything. This looks like an open class, but this is beginner and 250 and micro mini all on their re-races. Why re-racing? A few people couldn't get off the line. We're using a bunch of keyboards here for timing, and we had one issue with one keyboard on the 7, so if they were in 7, they got a re-race. Their laps weren't right, and you know what, other people just maybe a video issue. So now it is all coming down to this as we look to in Lucas Prickle running in the 250. He's posting a good open lap with a 26.4. Then we have Buffy in the micro with a nice opening lap at 26.7. And big smoking lap on lap number 2 for Lucas Prickle. That is going to be a huge one. Fastest one out there is going to be Lucas Prickle. But I think this
Crash hard though. Went down fighting.
Fast. Looking at a bunch of. So thumbs up on the ground. And we go live in 3, 2, 1, go. This is your battle for Canadian National Championship in the micro and minis class. The itty bitty ones with the kind of bitty ones. As we combine along up here to see who is going to be our first ever Canadian Drone National Champion. Who is going to be on that list to maybe go to Hawaii in 2016 on our big invite list? We got some 180s, some 220s, even some 230s. And your first one across our line, your top qualifier, High Wind FPV. He is across, moving up a couple of pegs as Ross Kirker running in the 2. A 26.8 and a 28.8 to start things off here in our A main. We bring across next. And we have a crash. It looks like Baja Dundee is off to the side. Power down, power down. And we also bring across Buffy the Saint running in the 3. And we also running in the 4. That is going to be Robo Maniac. We're a minute in, 2 minutes still to go. And well out in front, Highwood FPV, John Casey. As he gets set, he crosses up. He's at the ready-made RC. Hairpin turn off to the east end and already ready to blaze by the church. And he's by the church out to the Immersion RC.
Hairpin turn right now. Big gap for him right now. He's about ready to come on some lap traffic as we bring across Ross Kirker in the 2, but he's 13.4 seconds back as we're at the midway point with your leader now crossing onto lap number 5. That is Highwind FPV well out front. In the 2, that is Ross Kirker. In the 3, that is Buffy the Saints. In the 4, that is Robomaniac. The rest of our pilots are all checking in, but we're looking at the top 2 right now, and that is Kirker versus Highwind FPV, who's well in front, ready to start lapping the field. Talking about the fastest lap of the day, 19.752. That is Highwind FPV well out the front. 2 minutes in, 1 minute to go for a national championship in the micro and mini class here at the Fat Shark Frenzy. The sun starts to set, the spotlight comes out, and the champagne is getting ready to flow here tonight. And now we're looking at a deficit, still by a bunch, because Highwind FPV is on lap number 7. Running in the 2 is still Kirker. He is on lap number 6, a lap back off of our leader with the podium. That's the top 3. He's running in it. And of course up in the 6, Robomaniac making a move up into the 3, but he is racing as well versus Andrew Johnson. So Johnson has moved up a little bit as well as they're going to battle out. 20 seconds remaining on the master race clock. So now we've gotten a white flag out for most of our field, and now it's going to be, I'm going to say, a victory lap here. 15 seconds as we take Highwind FPV John Casey onto his final lap. Don't quit, don't weaken. This will be lap number 9 to put the nail in the coffin and crown Highwind FPV your national champion of drone racing 2015. When you cross the loop, you are done. Andrew Johnson, you're done in the 3. That is part of our podium, 6 laps, 3:03. And there is your winner with a celebration up by Ready Made RC, Highwind FPV.
You know, John Casey, congratulations to you on the
beast.
overall winner. I mean, that frame that I think he said we might be selling soon is fantastic frame. It looks great. It's so small, and he's the one that we're talking about when we're talking about flying like this. That's where you want to be.
Over us right now.
Over and over and over again. Great lead into what we were flying.
Oh yeah, this DYS 250. We brought 3 frames for me,
just in case.
You know, pilot skill and everything. That I was just gonna trash them pretty much. And
when we got here and we saw that. That's going to cause a lot of damage.
Yep.
They set up there's a steel bar behind the entrance ramp, so a lot of people were hitting that.
Snacking that thing.
But I mean, you hit the ground a few times, you had a couple crashes.
I mean, I had some nasty crashes.
And what was the worst thing that ever happened with it?
Props and Anthony's transmitters.
Anthony's transmitters. That was it. That was the beauty of it. And this thing just performed fantastically.
We were running 1400 4S. My first time flying 4S this last 2 weeks.
Nice.
That was freaking awesome.
And hopefully we do a lot more of these. I don't know when. I know the next one, the next big one's Hawaii. Yeah. There's going to be a Drone Nationals $100,000 giveaway in Hawaii.
I think they call it Drone Worlds.
Drone Worlds. So send us to the Drone Worlds because we got to film that, and this kid has to race in it because by this time next year, I can only imagine where you might be. It must be addictive, right?
Oh my God. It's the best video game I've ever played.
and that's what I try to say is that that's what this is to us. Like, you showed me Nintendo when I was 4 years old, and I fell in love immediately, and I think that would happen to any child. But Greg, thank you so much. It's a pleasure coming out here and doing this with you guys, and hopefully we do a lot more. Anthony, thank you so much, and I hope we do it again real soon. All right, so that about wraps it up for the Canadian Drone Nationals.
What an event.
It was an amazing event, and it's obviously only gonna grow next year. Hopefully we'll have more things dialed in. They get the MyLapse thing to work, those transponders probably work by then. We'll get more spectators here, we'll get more racers, maybe set up 2 courses, who knows. But overall, these things are coming.
I can see the racers with OSD, so on the live stream, you actually know who you're watching.
Who the racer is,
easily.
There's so many little things that can be done, and they're gonna get done. It's just you don't know what you need until you're out here putting it together.
Exactly.
So guys, we hope you enjoyed the video. As always, subscribe.
Sorry I didn't win.
Sorry he didn't win. Yeah, he really blew it for us. Like, he might be fired. This might be the last time you see Alex, but no. But guys, as always, subscribe to the channel, HobbyKing Live on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Head to hobbyking.com for any supplies you need to get into drone racing, because we sell it all at the best price, and we'll see you guys next time.